Systems change means addressing the root causes of a problem rather than just its symptoms.
Is like a huge ball of strings, and each string is a system. We have economic systems, we have healthcare systems, environmental systems, consumer systems, so many systems upon systems. And climate change is one of the symptoms of that ball being all interlocked with each other. And so by addressing systems change, starting to unravel that ball, we can start finding the interlinks of what caused the climate crisis, but also what we can do to change it, because we can't try and fix the climate crisis with the same mess that created it.
The climate crisis is not a crisis that can be viewed in silo, but rather it is the result of many intersecting systems that are extractive and harmful, such as capitalism, colonialism, patriarchy, racism, all of which result in many harms across the world, and one of which is the climate crisis.
Quando a gente fala sobre mudança sistêmica, a gente precisa falar sobre mudar toda a estrutura de um sistema que perpetua a atual crise que a gente vive hoje. Por exemplo, o capitalismo, ele é baseado na exploração de terra, de pessoas e de recursos. Então esse sistema acaba perpetuando e aprofundando mais ainda a crise climática. E a gente não precisa só de uma mudança do clima, e sim de uma mudança do sistema, porque é essa estrutura que precisa acabar. E não só mudança de sistemas políticos, mas também mudança de sistemas estruturais que consigam perpetuar uma igualdade e uma justiça climática.
When we name all of these systems, it can seem like an incredibly overwhelming task. One of the greatest harms that capitalism has done to us is to make us consider it as this unshakable, immovable reality that is as present and as necessary as oxygen to having a world that functions.
We believe that this is the only option we have, and to a large degree maybe that is true. But at the same time, if we don't let our minds be open, and if we don't get creative about it, if we don't let the possibility exist that there might be hope, that there might be change, that those systems will continue to exist, and we will continue to feed into them and perpetuate them and encourage them rather than building an alternative world.
Systems change starts with cultural change of how we actually approach building resilient communities and interacting with each other.
Thinking about the world in terms of care, and thinking about a society that we want to see that is built on care is an answer to these problems, you know. And we see care as a central axis and through which we can achieve a just transition towards a fairer world.
Based on research from Kania, Kramer and Sench from Simon Fraser University, there are 6 conditions across 3 layers that we need for systemic change. The first layer, mental models, needs to be approached from education. We need to change the way our minds perceive climate action, our relationship to nature and climate functioning. Then comes the way we interact with others and connect, relationships and power dynamics, which really need to shift in order to approach community and bring those most affected by climate change into the conversation, into leadership, and into opportunities that can help them address this crisis. And finally, we need to institutionalize all of these changes in policies, in economic design, and in resource flows that are channeled effectively and that are strong enough to meet the ambition that was set on the Paris Agreement and 2030 targets.
The climate crisis cannot be addressed and cannot be mitigated or adapted to without changing the systems inherently that we live in.
We need to be united, to form coalitions, and to approach climate change from different lenses, but also an interdisciplinary view in order to take ambition action, not in 20 years, not in 10, but today.